Hi, I'm Matt, and on today's Matt's World DIY, I'm going to make a delicious blueberry muffin. These muffins are the perfect treat for breakfast or any time of day. So let's get to it. The first thing we're going to do is set our oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit to start preheating for these delicious muffins. And I have to say, these muffins come together so quickly and they're so delicious, you're going to really enjoy them. So let's get started with the ingredients. The first thing you have to do is put 2.5 cups or 300 grams of flour. I'm putting them in my sifter, and I am putting this on my scale that I'm using for the very first time. I'm so excited to be able to measure my ingredients so precisely by using the scale. 2.5 cups or 300 grams. Here we go. I'm at 269, 300. Perfect. It's kind of exciting. It's kind of like a kid doing something for the very first time. I'm also going to need 2 teaspoons of baking powder. 1 and 2. A teaspoon of salt. Salt, and I'm putting this through the sifter, not that you necessarily have to, but because just in case there are any little chunks of flour and that sort of thing that want to hang out and then not want to mix well. Now that I have my dry ingredients in the bowl, I want to tell you about the blueberries. I'm using today fresh blueberries, and you could use either fresh if they're available, or if they're not, use frozen. But if you're using frozen, you may just have to keep an eye on the temperature or the cook time of your muffins whenever they're in the oven. Now, in order to keep these blueberries suspended in your muffin so that they don't all drop to the bottom, you want to take about a tablespoon of the dry mixture that you have, your flour mixture, and sprinkle that on there on the blueberries, and then give them a nice toss, because you'll be this will help coat them a little bit and then allow them to suspend in your mixture rather than just drop it down to the bottom. We don't want blueberries on the bottom. Now we're going to put in our wet ingredients. Did you know that sugar is considered a wet ingredient? I didn't know that until recently. So we're going to need 3/4 cup of sugar, or it's the equivalent of that is 170 grams. So I have my little scale here that I'm using again for the first time. 170. I'm at 133, 53, 70. So we have 170 grams of sugar in our bowl. We're also going to add to that 1/4 cup of vegetable oil. We're also going to put a 1/4 cup of butter into our mixture as well. And actually, you know what? I am finished with this scale, so I don't want to keep adding things to it. So I also want to add 1 cup of whole milk, and this milk is at room temperature. Again, I've said this before, not sure if you may have seen the video that has it in it, but cooking with or baking with room temperature ingredients is ideal. So I'm cracking these into a bowl first, just to be sure I don't get any egg shell and to make sure that I don't have any bad eggs. You'll also want to add 1/4 cup of sour cream. So it's like a lot of 1/4 cups, 1/4 cup of oil, 1/4 cup of butter, 1/4 cup of sour cream. If you don't have sour cream, you can use perhaps some plain Greek yogurt. This helps offer a little bit of tang in the recipe. You also want to put 2 teaspoons of vanilla. So let's go for that. We have 1. Whoa! Maybe a little. Okay, this is gonna be strong on vanilla, because those were very healthy, very hearty vanilla servings. My bad. All right, the last thing I'm going to add to my wet ingredients is the zest of a lemon, and also 1/4 cup of lemon juice. Okay, once we have that in there, we can mix this up and get ready to pour it into our dry ingredients. All right, before we add our wet ingredients to our dry, I'm going to take my whisk and whisk this up just to get all of the leaveners and ingredients combined evenly, so we don't have pockets of agents that are going to raise things to the moon. So I'm going to whisk that. I'm going to take my whisk and add it to I'm going to use it to combine these ingredients because those eggs are concerning. I'm concerned about those eggs not wanting to play well with others and mix in well with the mix. Now that I have my wet ingredients fully combined, I'm just going to dump this in, the whole thing, into my dry ingredients. Now, while I'm combining this into my dry ingredients, I'm going to just say I don't want to overmix this. Just want to mix it until everything is well incorporated. You don't want to end up with a tough, thick, dense kind of blueberry muffin. You want muffins that are going to be fluffy, airy, and full of joy and delight. Okay, now I'm going to take and add my blueberries in. That's nice. And then mix those up. So that was 8 ounces of blueberries. You want to just kind of get everything well incorporated and all those blueberries coated. And then next step is to get these into the muffin tins. It's going to be a task because I don't have a big ice cream scoop, but we'll see what I can do. All right, so it's time now to get our muffin tins ready. I just have some paper liners that I'm going to use.
This is so simple. If you don't have paper liners, you can always use spray and vegetable spray, baking spray, something of that nature to line your cups.
I'm going to use a large mixing spoon and a tablespoon to kind of try to scrape and be careful. So you want the only major thing you want to do here is make sure that every muffin gets some blueberry in it. Look, that was pretty easy. Whew, boy, that was something else. That was an experience. So, you know, you watch these cooking shows and you watch people create recipes in their videos and it looks, oh, it's all so easy and seamless. You know what? It's not. Sometimes things just go south. So I finally got all my my batter in my muffin tin. To make this look even better, bring it to another level up, you want to take some of your fresh blueberries and just put them on the tops of your muffins, especially those that look like they may be a little blueberry deficient, so that they all look really nice in the end whenever they come out of the oven. The last thing that I want to do before I put these into the oven is add a sprinkle of sugar on top. This is going to give it just a little extra, kind of a little crunch to it. While it's baking, this will caramelize a little bit and just give it a little crust on the top. After I do this, we're going to put these in the oven at 400 degrees for 20-25 minutes until the muffin springs back. If you give it a little tap on the muffin top, give it a little tap, it springs back, or a little skewer will come out clean. I think it's time for a taste test now. If I can pull the paper back to reveal this delicious looking muffin. Oh my goodness. It's just, This muffin is great. It's not too sweet. It's got the perfect balance of a little bit of tang from that sour cream and the lemon juice and the tartness of the blueberries and the sugar that you put in it. It's a delicious treat. I hope you get a chance to make it. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. As well, don't forget to check out some of my other videos. I'll see you next time.